Hey basketball guys, we have news. Let's go to more news from the Golden State Warriors, but before that, don't forget to subscribe to the channel and leave a like. Nowadays, the NBA has had great teams, and each year becoming a champion becomes more difficult. Teams are building super teams, and new talents are drafted every year, and many of them explode and become great players. The Warriors are in the process of renewing their roster and could let Draymond Green go. A trade sending Draymond Green to the Heat could mark the beginning of a new era for the Warriors while giving Miami the perfect defensive leader for their revenge run. The Warriors are facing a crossroads after Klay Thompson's emotional exit from the team. After 13 seasons and multiple championships together, Thompson's departure to the Mavericks has left Golden State in a transitional phase. With Stephen Curry nearing the end of his prime, the Warriors are considering a younger, more flexible approach as they look to move forward with Jonathan Kuminga, Brandon Podziemski, and other new additions. Draymond Green has been central to this team's success, but after a rough 2023-24 campaign on and off the court, the Warriors might be ready to explore a future without their emotional leader. Warriors receive Terry Rozier, Nikola Jovic, 2029 first-round pick. Heat receive Draymond Green. In this potential blockbuster trade, the Heat would receive Draymond Green, adding his elite defense, leadership, and playoff experience to an already competitive roster. Meanwhile, the Warriors would acquire Terry Rozier, providing them with a strong scorer and playmaker, alongside Nikola Jovic, a promising young forward with upside, plus a valuable 2029 first-round pick. This deal could help the Warriors shift towards a younger core as they prepare for the future beyond Stephen Curry's prime, while the Heat would bolster their title chances with a defensive star who fits perfectly into their culture. Let's dive deeper into how this move impacts both teams. Draymond Green has been the heartbeat of the Warriors for a long time, but let's face it, his time in Golden State hasn't always been smooth sailing. From being ejected from games to clashing with teammates, his fiery personality has sometimes done more harm than good. Now that Green is getting older, the Warriors might be thinking it's time to move on and focus on their future with a younger core. In this mock trade, the Warriors would be getting Terry Rozier and Nikola Jovic, plus a 2029 first-round pick. Rozier, who averaged 19.8 points, 5.6 assists, and 4.0 rebounds in 61 games last season, would be a solid addition. He's a proven scorer and playmaker who could either start next to Stephen Curry or come off the bench as a spark plug. His ability to create his own shot and facilitate for others would give the Warriors a much-needed offensive boost on the second unit. Nikola Jovic, on the other hand, brings a ton of potential. He averaged 7.7 points, 4.2 rebounds, and 2.0 assists in 46 games during the 2023-24 season, but it's his upside that makes him an exciting fit for the Warriors. He's versatile, he can pass, shoot, and handle the ball, skills that Golden State loves in their forwards. Pairing Jovic with young talents like Jonathan Kuminga and Moses Moody could be a huge part of the Warriors' future. Speaking of Kuminga and Moody, they're primed for bigger roles this season. Moody has already shown he can be a solid 3-and-D wing, while Kuminga's athleticism makes him a potential force on both ends of the court. Then there's Brandon Podziemski, who the Warriors may trust the most, bringing sharp shooting and a high basketball IQ, exactly the kind of player Golden State loves in their system. Plus, he was denied to the Jazz in trade talks for an all-star like Lauri Markkanen, so the expectations are sky-high on him, as he'll likely be the starter next to Curry this season. Looking ahead, the Warriors could build a young and competitive team around Podziemski, Moody, Kuminga, Jovic, and center Tracy Jackson-Davis, with Curry still guiding them as the veteran leader. It's a big shift from the dynasty days, but this new core could keep the Warriors in the mix for years to come, even as they prepare for life after Curry. The addition of Rozier in the short term would only help the transition, giving the team a reliable scorer and playmaker to ease the load on Curry and help bridge the gap to the next generation.